The Listen Your Way Spring High School football preview continues now as we set our focus on the West Forsyth Wolverines. And joining us now is Wolverines head coach Frank Hepler. Coach, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's an exciting time. Spring football right around the corner. It's good to see the other coaches and all the fans here today. And that means it's football season. Seeing the draft on TV,
that's right.
Exciting time.
Absolutely. You know, football's right around the corner when you got the draft, and we've got spring drills here in just a few weeks.
Yep, like I said, we're excited about it, and the kids have been working hard, and we're still kind of the new kid on the block, along with Lambert and a couple of other programs. But we're working hard and trying to get better each day, and just excited to get things kicked off here in a few weeks.
The Wolverines have had success right out of the gates. Have shown promise there. What are the things that you're going to build towards?
This will be our third season of varsity football. We're moving into Region 6 5A. So we're taking a big jump into the 5A. We played in Region 7 3A over the last two seasons. Finished third both years on our side, on our sub-region to Gainesville and Flowery Branch. Both of those teams were in the finals the last 2 years. So it was a tough region to play in for us, but I think it seasoned us and prepared us to go to the 5A.
Talk about the areas of replacement. How many guys we have graduating from this year's team?
Well, we had some real good players graduate from this year's team. Ben Emmerich, our big running back, is going on to Wake Forest. He'll be a tough person to replace. We had a few linemen that graduated on the offensive linemen, and we're working on replacing them. Now on defense, though, we're going to return 9 out of our 11 starters on defense, so we feel good there. And, again, trying to build the program from the ground floor over the last 3.5, 4 years. Our freshman team has done real well. Our JV team has done well. So we feel like we have some really good players to step in and take their spots on the varsity.
Looking at the schedule here, you start off August 27th, week 1. You're at Harrison.
Yep, we play Harrison. That'll be a big test for us going on the road. We wanted to play a team who had some tradition of being a tough team, and Harrison has been pretty good in the 5A, and when that opportunity arose to play them on the road, I thought it would be a good test for our kids to have to go on the road and play a good 5A team. And now before that, the week before, we're going to go on the road and play Parkview in our preseason. Now you're talking about a 4-time state champion in the 2000s. So again, we really looked at our schedule, and when we talked to coaches about playing, we wanted to play some teams that we knew when we had to get out there on the field, they were going to knock us around a little bit and show us what the 5A was about, because once you get into your region schedule, you need to be ready to go.
You get those 2 tough contests, the preseason at Parkview, then you got Harrison to start off the season, then you're home for three weeks. You got Cherokee, Etowah, and Rockmart. 3 weeks there at home. Right,
and again, a couple of more tough 5A teams. Etowah was a playoff team last year. Cherokee has been a playoff team within the last few years. Now, Rockmart I don't know too much about, so I'm not even going to pretend to tell you that I know much about them, but talking with Coach, they've got quite a few good athletes also, and so that'll be a good 3-game home stretch for us to get ready, again, for our region play.
Then you've got road game at Centennial, and then you're back home with Alpharetta. And then on the road at Northview, looking ahead, October 8th. Then October 15th, you're going to be just down the road, North Forsyth. That's always a big game when the Raiders and the Wolverines play.
Oh, yeah. In the last couple of years, it's proved to be a real big game. We opened the season the last 2 years. 2 years ago, we were able to squeak by and beat them. Last year, they just kicked our butt. They used us as a scout team type. I mean, they just Coach Zito had his guys ready, and they embarrassed us, and that's kind of motivated our kids to get back on track and continue to work to realize, hey, when you're playing against a 5A team, you've got to be ready to go. And North does a great job, and hopefully by that time we're ready to roll and try to give them a game a lot better than we did last year.
Looking at the schedule, then you close it out to 2 games at home, Milton and Roswell. Got those Hornets to close out the schedule.
Yeah, again, season. 2 real good teams. Milton's been in the playoffs, and Roswell, I think, is in the playoffs every year. When I came up to Georgia and was first looking at Georgia as a possible place to move, I actually went to the Roswell Peachtree Ridge State Championship game, and it was a tie at the end, but I thought, wow, those are 2 great teams right there. I hope we never have to play them. Well, here we are, 4 years later having to play Roswell. But, again, that's something you want to play those good teams because if you work hard and you work the right way, you can bring your team's level up to that type of play, and that's something we're shooting for. Hopefully someday we can be mentioned as Roswell's mentioned in the state finals.
They've got when will spring practice open up for you? When is the first day?
We're going to open up on May 10th, and we're going to finish with our spring game on May 21st at 6 p.m. We'll have an inter-squad game. That will be our 10 days of spring practice.
And so what kind of things do you have the guys working on in their off time? Like conditioning and proper diet and stuff like that? Or what?
Well, right now we're really working hard on our speed training and our strength training. Those are two areas where I think every team at this level needs to get better at. We're working real hard in the weight room. We've even got weights outside underneath our stadium, and we do working outdoors. We're working indoors. We're working speed training and what we talk about change of direction and agility. That's something we're working on a lot. But can't really do a whole lot of the football stuff right now. But I think the speed and the strength training is the biggest part of football right now.
Let's talk about the Touchdown Club a little bit. And I don't know if there's anyone here from the Touchdown Club today, but kind of tell us what they have going on. I know fundraising always important with the Touchdown Club just to run a program.
Yeah, we've got quite a few things going on with our Touchdown Club. Jeff Antolik is our president, and Jeff and his group of parents have done an awesome job since January getting things rolling. We've already got our program ads being sold. We have our sponsorship opportunities going on all the time. We have a few things coming up in spring. We're going to do with our spring game. We're going to have a festival the night of our spring game that people can come in, and there's going to be some booths set up and that type of thing. Some of that though is more for we're right now looking at raising some money for the Pray for Trey group with Trey Rude. That I think a lot of people in this area know our story, that Trey Rude is battling cancer at this time, and so we're still doing some fundraisers to help him and his family. So we're going to do some things in association with our spring game, and then come back in August and do something else when we have our fall scrimmage on August the 14th. But yeah, a lot going on right now in the Touchdown Club, a lot of fundraisers. We have a card sale coming up in the month of June. We have a coffee sale coming up in August and September. We have some generators that have been donated, some big, again, I'm not very mechanical, so I don't know the size of the generators. I know when this was offered to us, 2 very large generators being donated, and we're going to run a raffle. Our volleyball team and the football team are going to raffle off generators, and those come in handy either for at work or at home. So yeah, we've got a lot of things going on with the Touchdown Club. It takes a lot to run a program, as you know. So our Booster Club and our Touchdown Club is doing a great job getting out there and drumming up the money and doing a great job in the community.
Hey, Coach, I'm glad you mentioned Trey Rude. Last week, our friends Bobby and Stacy Amos with Mission Support Amos took part in a fundraiser that Ride for Trey, where that was motorcycles here in the county. So we definitely want to keep Trey in our prayers.
Well, that's great. Trey's an awesome young man. Everybody who knows Trey knows the fight that he's going through right now, and he's doing a great job. If anybody can beat this, he can. And his mom and dad and his brother and his whole family, they're awesome people, and they're doing a great job. And I know they need financial support, and they need, more than anything though, your prayers and your thoughts, and just help him through this time.
All right, Coach, is there anything that I haven't asked you about the West Forsyth Wolverine program as we get ready for spring practice to get started in a few weeks?
No, we're ready to go. A couple of my coaches came in with me today, Coach Fuller, offensive coordinator, and Coach Clack, my quarterback's coach, and we were just talking on the way over and talking about how excited we are about the season getting started. And when we came in and we saw Coach Bennett and we saw Coach Maxwell and see the other coaches, again, that's like, hey man, football is right around the corner. It's an exciting time, and you see the fans here, and they've got their football stuff on, and again, we're just excited about getting things rolling, and we're working as hard as we can. This is a great county for football. I'm new to the county, only 3 or 4 years coming from South Florida, but I love it here. I think the passion, what I'm seeing as far as the fans and the community and the support, this is an awesome place to live and coach football. So I'm proud to be here, and I'm proud to be a Wolverine, but I'm proud to be part of the Forsyth County.